Hey guys, it is Rome with Rome Knows Tech. Today we're going to take a look at a much needed device here in my studio for laser engraving and laser cutting. Now, let's get right to it. This is an amazing tool that if you are using a laser to cut or to engrave, especially in a confined environment, guys, you need to have some type of air purification system. Let me show you what I'm working with, and I'm going to try and demonstrate the practicalities and the efficiency of using this device. Let's go. All right, guys, this is the air purifier that I'm talking about right here. Now, as you guys can see, it does have a large mouth right here. This is going to be for your 4-inch hose that you're going to attach to this. This is also required for you to have your laser inside of some type of enclosure. This has a 3-stage air filtration system. So you have an active carbon filter. You have a HEPA filter built into this as well. Single 1-button press to turn this on right here at the top. Easy access to the filter. When it comes time to replace the filter, you only have 4 screws here. Pop this bottom lid off, pull out the filter, pop in the new filter, and you're good to go. All right, guys, so I'm gonna set this up here in the studio and give you guys some kind of a work through of how I'm using this. Now, I'm going to put my laser inside of the enclosure. I have to admit, I did go quite a long time without my laser being in an enclosure for, you know, some different purposes, but I'm going to show you the most efficient way and the right way to use one of these air purifiers. Let's go. All right, guys, so this is my laser that I'm going to be placing inside of the enclosure. As I mentioned before, I've been using this outside of the enclosure, so I wanted you guys to see how large this laser is in relation. Now, this is the enclosure right here that I'm going to be placing the laser inside of, and then I'm going to attach the air purifier to it. All right, so let's get everything set up, and I'll show you guys the difference between having the air purifier on versus not having it on. All right, let's go. All right, guys, so the first thing we're going to have to do is connect the air purifier to the enclosure. Now, my enclosure does have this hose that comes with it, as well as a built-in fan that you have to assemble. So you have this little band right here. You're just going to take this and place this around the hose like so. Then you're going to fit the hose onto this section here. You just want to get it on there as snug as possible. And then you're going to take your band and you're going to lock this down right about here, and then it just basically secures it. All right, that's on there pretty secure, so I think we're going to be good to go. Now, of course, after that, you can just plug in the included power cable that comes with it that just plugs in right here on the side. And about at that point, guys, you can just kind of position this however you want it. Now, I'm just going to have it kind of front facing and on the second desk here off to the side. But of course, you could place this on the floor. You could put this thing pretty much anywhere. All right, so let's get to testing what this can actually do. All right, guys, we're going to run our first test, and this is without the fan being on inside of the enclosure, nor the air purifier. This is just cutting straight into the wood. Now, I have the laser power output set at 75%, and the speed is 300. So let's just go ahead and run this job real quick. So you start to notice about how much smoke is being generated right now. And this is what you would see in your studio or your workspace if you didn't have some type of enclosure for your laser. All right, so we know that's cut through, no problem there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn on the fans of the enclosure and see exactly what that looks like. All right, guys, as you probably can hear, the fan is on. This fan is built into the enclosure, so it is going to help trying to eliminate some of those fumes. So let's go ahead and run that job again. Now, of course, there's still going to be smoke in the enclosure. I do have the lid of the enclosure open so that you guys will be able to see inside. But what's going to happen here is the fan is going to start drawing those fumes away to the rear of the enclosure. As you guys can probably see there, it's going to start to clear it out pretty quick. Again, like I said, I do have the top of the enclosure open. So basically what happens here at this point, the fumes will be drawn out of the laser enclosure, and then it will be drawn into our air purifier. So let's turn our air purifier on. All right, so now we have the air purifier turned on right here on this table, and you guys kind of see how the hose is being routed right now temporarily. And we're going to run this job one more time. I'm just going to move the wood over just a little bit, just so you guys can see. But you know, pretty much at this point, you see all of our cuts are coming through. That's not an issue. Let me just move these two little pieces of scrap wood out of the way. And I'm just going to reposition this really simply like that. And we're going to run the job one more time. Now, like I said, the advantage of having one of these enclosures, you don't have to worry about these fumes because it's not going to escape into your room. The fan that's built into the enclosure is going to pull the smoke toward that fan, and then from the fan it'll go through the hose into your air purifier, and it's just going to be a better working environment for you and a safer environment for you. All right, guys, so let's get back over to the desk and I'll give you guys my final thoughts. All right, guys, in a nutshell, I think having an enclosure and an air purifier is a win, especially if you're working in a, enclosed environment where, you have to concern yourself with your pets, with your family, and, yourself, your personal health. All of those are going to be variables, okay? So yes, having some type of air purification system is a win. So I will definitely, going forward, be using the enclosure in the studio here as well as this air purifier. I just think it's a match made to work well together, and it's going to protect our health as well as going to eliminate a whole bunch of smoke here in the studio. All right, guys, it's been Rome with Rome-Nosed Tech. I want to thank Ikier for sending this air purifier out for me to test so that I could show it to you guys, and I will catch you all in the next video. Until then, stay safe. Peace. I am out.